And we're back.
Hey, okay.
And my back.
And his back. No singing.
Yeah, okay.
Zero singing allowed.
Yeah. No fun. No dancing in my Footloose church. I've seen you throw up sitting on a toilet into a garbage can more than I've seen you throw up into a toilet.
Welcome to the 32nd episode of SpaceShow.
Oh, we're getting to the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis coming up.
We had a special guest on last week, which was probably one of our best received episodes somehow.
Really? She's got a lot of friends.
She does. She watched it a lot.
Obviously we don't.
There we go. You and I are just the ones watching the videos at this point.
Yeah, how many times did you watch our last episode? I watched it about 15 times.
I watched about 10. Gotta bump those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, we're trying to get the Creator Fund on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Is that a thing?
It has to be, right?
What, like getting paid to podcast?
Yeah, like by Spotify or Apple Podcasts or something.
I assume people get paid just like by sponsorships.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not through Spotify or
I mean, like
what's
Joe
it?
Rogan got like some $1 million deal to move his podcast exclusively to Spotify.
Oh.
But I think that's
maybe we need to get like. Yeah, he was a celebrity before his podcast.
I mean,
like
debatable.
15 years. You don't. What are you talking about?
He did Fear Factor and
what do you know about Joe
anything
Rogan?
else?
I'm pretty sure he was a fighter before he did Fear Factor. That's
he was
why
a
he was
fighter.
Like, yeah, that's why he's like always talking about fighting and stuff.
I don't listen to his podcast.
I
only listen to SpaceShow, the best podcast in the galaxy.
Joe Rogan's podcast is so funny to listen to because it's such a dude bro thing, but at the same time, like you can tell he just reads like news headlines, minimally researches it, and then he's just like, "This is crazy," and he bases like a whole opinion off it that like 1,000 fucking guys follow, like it's the Bible.
Jesus.
Thousands of guys follow like it's the Bible. Okay, Joseph James Rogan is an American comedian, podcast host, and mixed martial arts color commentator.
Oh, okay.
He has also worked as a television host and an actor. All right. This is the worst picture I've ever seen of Joe Rogan.
Is it just like his Wikipedia or something?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm see if I can send it to you. It's kind of bad. But, yeah. Joe Rogan.
Well, before the podcast...
Have we talked about what other podcasts... We've talked about what other podcasts we listen to.
Yeah, we mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk about that then. I'm done with the podcast talk.
Before the podcast, we were discussing special chemistry classes for those in high school and how I was in one. Meaning...
SPED.
Yeah. I mean, as much as our high school could give, I just didn't test well on the entrance exam and never questioned what my classes were, and then realized when I got to senior year in a chem class that sophomores are in and how mine was dumbed down, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why am I here?
You weren't in... This is making too much sense, actually.
And I remember when I applied to school, my first school, they were like, oh, we need to wait for your maybe like midterm grades to come out so we can see what your chemistry grade is. I said, fine, whatever. Yeah. And I sent an A, and they're like, oh, wow, good job, you're proficient in chemistry. Little do they know, ew, that is a bad picture of him. Ew. Looks like a dating picture. Ew.
It looks like he didn't know he was, like, ready for the picture.
They took the picture on two.
Motion to smile. Yeah. Exactly. Poor Joe Rogan.
Yeah, the school was like, oh, awesome, you're great at chemistry. And I said, yeah, sure, okay. And it was like, the teacher clearly didn't want to be teaching the class. He probably pulled the short straw that year. The kids were like, we didn't really care because it was super basic chemistry.
Yeah.
And it was definitely like a blow-off class because it was like, I mean, yeah, a dumb kid class, but look at me now. I got a podcast.
I guarantee you that your dumb kid chemistry class was better behaved than my quote unquote smart kid chemistry class.
Because you were like in what, honors or AP, whatever they call it?
It was AP, but like because our teacher was just like kind of oblivious. I love her to death, but like she was. We could just do whatever we wanted. Like there were kids like jumping from desk to desk. Like this kid fell asleep one time, and another kid tied his shoelaces around the legs of his desk. And he got up and he like ate the most shit I've ever seen anyone eat. Yeah, desk fell over and everything.
And what did the teacher say?
I'm trying to think of. Dude, she didn't even notice.
She didn't notice a full ass desk falling over.
She was like out of the room. She like frequently left the room. Yeah. To come to think of it, actually, we were supposed to teach ourselves everything, pretty much. And she just like wasn't there. Like programs on the computer for like to do chemistry experiments that we have never seen before. Like just expected to know how to do it. Be able to do a project in an hour and a half on a block day.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Once my teacher for that class for chem brought up like, hey, chemistry's pretty cool, and he's like trying to list all the things like the fire experiment or whatever, explosion things. It's like you could even like give me a good example for like why we could cook a steak in this class. And we always kind of popped up like, did you say we're making steak? Like, no, you guys have to come up with a theory of why we should, and if it's good, yeah, I'll buy a steak and we can cook it in class. And like we spent maybe that day on it, like thinking, and then nothing ever came of it. And throughout the weeks, he's like trying to encourage us, like, come on guys, blah blah blah. What if we like got a steak for the class? Then towards the end of the semester, or the end of the school year, all of a sudden he brings in a steak. He's like, all right guys, we're gonna do the steak. You came over and hung out with us during that.
Wait, why do I remember this?
Because you were, I think,
remember
at
like
lunch.
something odd was happening in your class.
Yeah, like we went outside. I think maybe like a propane stovetop and like cast iron grill, like thing, and we just threw a steak on there. And all of a sudden, because I remember being kind of embarrassed because I knew what class it was, and we're just in the middle of.
You were embarrassed to be with them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, yeah, I just felt kind of embarrassed to be in the class, and then he goes out into like one of the more open areas during the lunch hour where people are seeing us. I'm like, this is weird. I'm kind of not about this anymore. And then you came over and like, all right, cool, this is fine now. We're good. We're okay.
Yeah.
And
that was like the very, very end of the year.
We cooked a full ass steak and ate it for class. Definitely should not have.
Wasn't the point of the experiment? Yeah, wasn't the point of the experiment to cook it like some other way?
I have no clue.
Like some non-conventional way. Because he was like showing about how you can put energy into things through different ways.
The point was trying to like talk about transferring energy. I know that much. But I think he just wanted to cook a steak at the end of the day.
Dude just wanted a steak.
Yeah, and we all just shared it in the class. He had plastic utensils breaking on us. I'm like, this is fine, whatever. I'm out of here in like 3 days.
Trying to cut a steak. Trying to cut a steak on a styrofoam plate, plastic utensils. I remember that.
It was weird. I can't believe I remember you showing up to that.
I know. I've completely forgot about that. Nothing beats like the last month or so of senior year.
Honestly,
high school.
Because like the end of the semesters are like super chill. You're getting excited each year, and like you're clearing out your locker slowly. You're like getting ready for summer. But then like senior year, you just don't try. You've already gotten into college. You passed all of the tests you need. You're just there.
Yeah.
You're a warm body in a chair at that point.
And like the teachers also, they don't want to teach.
Not at all.
They're just like, whatever.
One thing, okay.
So sick.
Being considered a dumb kid in high school, right? I would see a lot of the smart people. End of the school year, senior, junior year, they're bringing in like their GameCubes, their Wiis, and they're hanging out at the end of the school year just playing Smash Bros. I'm like, what? You guys are the smart kids.
Yeah.
Why don't I get to have fun? And let me tell you,
do you remember
that never motivated me to become any smarter.
You thought, wait, hold on. What is your thinking process behind the smart kids can only bring in game systems?
So like, what was my rationale behind it?
Why is that? Yeah, like why aren't you allowed to?
Okay.
What's stopping you?
I mean, first off, the teacher's approval.
My
My GPA.
My GPA isn't high enough, so I can't bring in my Game Boy.
I just assumed because, like, we had to cover certain topics that maybe, like, the smarter kids already covered maybe the semester prior, months prior. Like, you guys had already completed your curriculum early, so you guys had, like, a week or two to just do whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah.
And then someone said, can I use your projector? The teacher says, yeah, so they bring in, like, a GameCube.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. But do you remember, should we name drop him? He goes to school he went to school with me here down at the university, and he also went to high school with us, and he was really, let's say, Migio active.
Oh, no.
Do you remember him? Like, his senior year, he put a TV and a whole gaming station system inside of his locker.
I do. I 1,000% remember that. Oh my god.
And every passing period, he had to open it up and be so obnoxious about it, like standing across the hall to play his game.
Well, yeah, like in the morning, like we'd all hang out at a lunch table just because like it was our table, or hang out in the band room if they opened it up early, just because we wanted to hang out. This kid's just standing in his locker, like locker's open. The hallway's maybe 12 feet across, right? And he's like 6 or 7 feet across from his locker playing his video games.
Sound blaring. He's got a whole sound system in there.
But like no one's playing them with him.
Yeah.
Maybe like...
Yeah, he's just there by himself, like playing Smash by himself.
And you think it'd be a flex if people are around you, but it's kind of sad when no one's around you.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like day in and day out, you're like, oh, there he is playing by himself again in his locker.
Like on pen and paper, that's such a cool idea.
It was cool like the first like week, and then everyone was like, the novelty has worn off. Yeah.
Poor kid. I hope he's alive.
It's like you know what? I think so. I'd hope so. It's like, you know, remember also like among the same vein, a same group of kids in high school, they would play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
At the lunch tables.
Yeah. And not that there's anything wrong with playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, there's not. But like you have to understand like
the people you're going to high school with.
You are going to get bullied.
Because that school is not made up of the friendliest people.
No, you have to like. For the record, like I was never doing the bullying in high school. I was getting bullied.
Yeah, I only bullied you, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but like. It's just like, I don't know. There's just like an image thing. It's kind of like badass that they like didn't give a fuck, but like, in the same vein, they were also like sad sacks because like they had no friends.
Also, keep in mind they're doing this while sitting there at a lunch table in polos and khakis. If they're like all gothed up and emoed up, yeah, that's their vibe. But we all look the same, and you just kind of stick out.
We're all the same.
Not to say you got to conform.
The bad side uniforms.
But like, you're gonna stick out if you're doing something weird.
Dude, do you remember... I'm just trying to think about things from high school. Do you remember that kid who got expelled his freshman year because he put, like, bomb threats in the stall?
No.
Or, like, he said he was going to blow up the school or something.
Was that the kid whose dad, like,
that
quit?
popped into my head for some reason.
There's a guy, maybe it was my freshman year. His dad was, like, a coach or something, and, like, the dad quit, so then the kid left the school.
No, I don't think that was it. I don't remember anything
I do not remember bomb threats at our high school.
I think it was more of a thing on, like, I don't know, maybe around my grade, because you're older at that point. You're probably a senior.
Yeah, I was too busy being cool doing student council.
Too busy cooking steak and doing nothing in student council. Wearing that purple polo.
I didn't even get one. We didn't...
I could have sworn I remember you having one.
I think I had a purple polo. I didn't have a student council polo. Because every other year got them, but then our year they said, yeah, the manufacturers just kind of said that they're taking a break. And we're like, what does that mean? Because student council gets certain colored polos that we get to pick from, like a teal. I know this sounds really lame to literally everyone else, but when you just see the same colors day in and day out and then see like one special one, you're like, oh, I wonder what that one is. And it has like a special like logo on it.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it.
Yeah, really, like, those student council polos were a big flex
they were.
On everyone.
Especially someone that talks to no one like me.
Yeah, like, how'd that loser get a polo?
I guarantee you, because there's a whole ceremony of like, oh, we light candles and say we're gonna do our best for the school or whatever bullshit. I guarantee you, 90% of that school had never seen me before.
I felt the same way my senior year. Like, I really started becoming friends with, like, people outside of band in high school, like, the last month of senior year. And I don't know if that was, like, me finally, like, wanting to talk to people around me and getting to know them, or, like, the fact that they just were able to recognize me because I played a song at Mass, you know?
Yep, I feel that.
Or, like, you being in student council, you know?
The day you play this piece for Mass, I imagine you go back to your class, everyone's like, dude, that was super cool. Yeah, like, they're giving you fake hype, right?
It was real hype. There were, like, kids, like, below me who I've never talked to in my life, like, grade levels below me, that were just, like, pass me in the hallway. They would say, like, nice job, man. I'd be like, thank you. Very nice of you. I don't know your name.
Just cynical, because I would get that after we did, like, any sort of band concert for the school.
Well, that's embarrassing because we were with the band.
And we're in, like, shitty suits and tuxes, and we're just...
Yeah,
we're playing super easy
Nobody
pieces.
wants to be there.
Nobody
wants to be there, including us, yeah. But, like, Mass at Providence was something special. It was cool.
I thought it was hilarious when, like, teachers would have to go up to kids who were, like, just talking during the band concerts and be like, go pay attention. While I'm sitting there like, I don't want to pay attention either. This isn't worth.
We would go on our phone in our own band concerts. Do you remember awesome. Hiding in the back behind the sheet music folders?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Good times. Yeah, but, like, that was the band concerts. Nobody really cared. But during the Masses, like, teachers would, like, hit you. I got hit by, I want to say, well, not Coach, I can't remember his name. I think he was a track coach. He had a mustache.
Cav?
But, yeah, I think that's it. He hit me on the shoulder one time because I was talking during Mass. Like, hard.
Well, like...
He wound up for it. Like, I know he did.
You can't force religion on people. And that's definitely forcing religion on people.
But is it really forcing religion on you if you choose to go to a private school? I mean, granted, it's not really everyone's choice who's there, because, like, parents force them, whatever reason. They can't go to public school, whatever reason or other, but, like...
But I don't think you should be able to force someone to participate.
It is completely a choice.
I don't think you should be able to force someone to participate in a Mass. Like, if I don't want to stand up when we're all supposed to stand up, I feel like I would have gotten a detention.
Yeah, you would have. But, like...
Right?
I mean, playing devil's advocate, because I know where you're coming from. It's like, you're not being forced to participate, you're just being forced to be respectful, I guess. Or being forced to be, like, observant of other people, how important it is to other people. Maybe that's it. But, like...
if I'm sitting in the back of the bleachers and I'm just chatting with a friend quietly, why am I getting yelled at?
Yeah. And, like, I can't even imagine, like, for people who, you know, weren't Catholic or Christian going to that school. Like, because there were a few Jewish kids.
Were there?
You know?
Oof.
Yeah.
That was
like, a thing. And, like, remember there was, like, I don't want to say the wrong word, Hindu people, I think is the term. Mm-hmm. Hindi?
I think Hindi are the people. Yeah. Hindu is the religion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to... I used to know, but I've forgotten. Sorry.
Yeah, my first, like, Catholic Mass was at that school. And I'm standing there like, oh, shit, we get a cookie during this? I can get used to this.
Yeah. Hindi is the language.
Oh.
Who speaks Hindi?
Shout out to all my Hindi speakers out there.
These are a lot of words I don't know how to say.
No, give it a shot.
I'm gonna stop being insensitive. That's the insensitivity portion of today's podcast.
Brought to you by the letter H.
Brought to you by our Catholic upbringing. You think that world religions class taught me shit in high school?
Dude, like, thinking back on those religion classes, it didn't prepare me for anything in the real world.
Those religion classes were very strange, and not because it was just, like, ramming theological thought and history into your head. It was... the teachers themselves were strange.
Yeah, all the
Like,
teachers were like, no
all
one was below the age of like 45, 50, and they were all very set in their ways.
55.
Yeah, like it was a very strict mindset you had to be in to do well in the class.
They're very nice people, most of them, but they're like all like Jesus freaks.
Yeah. And again,
And
nothing's wrong with religion, but my issue is
No.
forcing other people to do it. Which I guess going to a Catholic school, you're kind of signing up to take a religious class, but they didn't give you
Yeah.
room to express your beliefs. It was their beliefs or you fail.
it's so strange that the only class that was required all 4 years, I think, was religion. And like not science, not math,
I think English was required.
not reading. Yeah, English was required. You're right, but like
So that's all you need, English, so you can read the Bible.
be able to pick all the oh god, I'm blanking on so many words. So you can pick all the literature.
Go on.
The literature things, like, you know, like similes, metaphors, onomatopoeia in the Bible.
When Jesus gasped.
You know?
Ah.
Jesus said, boom!
But, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't mind the religious classes. I just wish we could express the way we felt about it more.
There was no room for discussion
No.
in those classes. It was more, this is what you're going to learn about, and this is how we're going to do it.
Exactly.
And you don't really have a say about it. And some teachers were worse than others.
There were definitely some
Like-
teachers that, like, understood where we were coming from, or just, like, they understand we're trying to be funny, and they were cool about it. There were other teachers, like, there's no humor in my classroom. Leave your humor at the door. Do not bring any ideas into this classroom.
It was also like very dependent on what the class was, because, you know, some classes were more open-ended, like what is morality, like that would be the whole class, is like talking about Christian morality.
Which, that was an interesting
Or-
class. That was a really cool one.
That was probably one of my favorite ones. And then you have, on the other hand, you have like strict dates, which is like biblical history of the church, which we also had to do. And that's like my teacher for that class was very, very like anal about the dates have to be exactly right. And that's just like,
Well, our freshman year was
Come
just
on.
learning all about
Come
the
on.
first half of the Bible, and then the second half of the year was learning about the second half of the Bible, right?
yeah.
Like, we had
That was easy
full
for me because I
classes.
went through CCD
I did not, so I had a
and
horrible time.
confirmation.
The only
Yeah, so
sacrament I have is baptism, so I'm like, I don't know what any of this spell book is.
I'm up to date. I'm an adult.
I can't
in
get
the eyes
married in
of
the church. A priest cannot marry me.
Is that a fact? Like, if you're not confirmed, you can't.
You need
get
3
married?
sacraments. Because I remember hearing that. It was like, you need these 3 so you can get married in the church and ask for documentation. Like, oh, someone's going to be upset later on in my life. Baptism,
Well, if you weren't baptized,
First Eucharist.
I could baptize you. You know.
You can baptize me? I'll redo it.
You can. No, anybody can baptize anyone.
Okay. I'm going to go around baptizing
That's a
people.
fact.
Just throw, like, water on them. Congrats.
Even if they don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying? I have a baptism, a first Holy Communion. I have a confession, isn't that one, and a confirmation.
Yeah. So you need baptism, Eucharist, and confirmation to get married in the church. I have baptism.
Is there any reason you didn't keep going on like with it? Your parents just didn't.
I mean, my
Do
family
that?
just didn't
Make
go to
you do
church.
it?
Yeah, they're like, let's stay home.
Damn, it must be nice.
Yeah, I slept in on Sundays. Nerds.
Dude, I still go to church with my family. Like, I'm not very religious, but I will still go to church with my family. 8:30 on a Sunday every time I'm home.
Oh,
It's so awful.
Ugh.
So awful.
Aren't there later times?
There are. In fact, there are only later times. There is no earlier time. So,
I will say one of the assignments
Yeah.
was we had to attend some sort of mass at any other parish that isn't our own for one of the classes or whatever. And I went to, like, mass on, like, maybe 2:30 on a Tuesday.
yeah.
And, man, that crowd is not diverse at all.
Do you remember, like, what kind of church you went to?
I think a Catholic one.
Yeah, like, was the mass very old school?
Yes. I don't think it was, like, speaking
Yeah.
Latin old school, but, like, standing up, reciting the
there was structure.
Yeah. No singing.
Yeah, okay.
0 singing allowed.
Yeah. No fun. No dancing in my footloose church. But, yeah, it's been interesting because when I'm home with Ellie, she and I, we go to Mass at my church, and that's very different from what she goes to Mass down in her part of the neck of the woods. And it's like two completely opposite extremes. Like my Mass is a very like structured, regimented, old school, like up until, Pope John Paul II, or no, who came after him?
I don't know my popes.
Pope Benedict? No, not Benedict. Oh, whatever. John. I don't know. There was a pope who changed the structure of the Mass, and it was like up until like 15, 20 years ago, it was still in Latin, partially.
Oh, he's the one that made it.
My Mass was.
He changed it to the Star Wars Mass.
Star Wars Mass?
Yeah. What is it?
What? Hold on. Back up.
I forgot.
What do you mean, Star Wars?
There's some sentence you recite during the Mass that's just like, may the Force be with you. I'm like, is this Star Wars? Am I learning?
No!
Did I change religions?
And may the Spirit be with you. And with your spirit, something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm like, awesome. I'm going to be a Jedi.
Spirit, Holy Spirit, and with your spirit. I don't know. But, yeah, it's crazy how different our Masses are,
Mm-hmm.
And what's up? Yeah, what's up? Hold on.
We can sell tacos tonight. You want?
Oh, shit, we got tacos?
Yeah, I'm down for tacos.
Oh, shit.
We got tacos in the house.
Oh, sorry, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm doing podcasts. You're good, though.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
What special guest do we have on?
Yeah, we pretty much have everything here. We're gonna grab some tortillas and stuff. You wanna?
You can Venmo me? Or send me a request.
I don't think it's that much, but yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some chicken to frosting and some more stuff.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Taco!
Dude, speaking
It's
of
Taco
food,
Tuesday.
I got fat.
What's your BMI? I'm gonna air out your dirty laundry right now.
I don't know how to check that.
How much weight have you put on in the last 3 months?
3 months? Oh, probably like 5 or 6 pounds.
How much weight have you put on in the last 10 years?
Well, it's been fluctuating back and forth. See, my thing is this. I get fat, then skinny, then fat, then skinny, then fat, then skinny, and then fat. The issue is I didn't have band to do, so I'm just stuck at fat. So I left Legends 2019, not the least I've weighed, but probably the best shape I've been in. Like most muscle mass, best of my all times. I was like 130-ish. I could run like a
Yeah, I remember
6:15 mile.
you were
And
running
then-
miles like every day after, or like every other day after drum corps.
Yeah, because I was like, I want to keep this up. And then I started taking a break, and like, I'll get back to it. And here we are, about 2 years, a year and a half later. I'm at my heaviest weight I've ever been.
It's just been downhill ever since.
Dude, it really has. And what was eye-opening to me was I was telling my dad, like, hey, I kind of gained some weight. I'm going to go buy some healthier foods, and I don't want to eat out as much, if that's okay. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, how much do you weigh? I weigh 170. That's how much I weigh. My jaw dropped. I'm like,
That's a
I'm
full
just
ass
gonna,
man right there.
I'm going to stop eating forever. I'm going to only ever run anywhere, and we'll see where that takes me.
I'm only sprinting to and from where I need to be.
So we're in the new process of life of not getting in shape, but making sure I don't have to buy new pants again.
Think about it this way. When you have more weight on your body, the simple mundane tasks like standing up, getting out of bed, lifting a spoon to your mouth, that becomes a workout because you have so many added pounds on your body. So really, I think you need to keep going.
I just gotta, once I hit 200, I got legs of steel.
No, you need to get morbidly obese so that way you can sculpt your body like it's marble.
It's bulking season, boys.
Yeah, you need to get as fat as you can be so that way when you go and reach to pick up the remote, you can like it'll be like lifting 30 pounds, curling 30 pounds, 40 pounds, you know, and that way you get a bunch of muscle built up underneath your fat, and then it's easy to lose all the fat. It's really easy. Then you are ripped. Yeah.
I like the plan. I like the charisma.
Yeah.
But
I got moxie.
I loaded Viv in the car, and I'm like, we're gonna go buy me some food, healthy food, not just food.
Viv loaded you on the trailer.
She put me in the pack, and she's like, all right, close the door, hit it twice, let's go.
We trucking.
So I'm on a new food journey.
Yeah, like, what are you eating? Like, what are you cutting out of your diet? Are you trying to do a specific diet, or are you just trying to eat better?
I'm just trying to eat better right now. Viv and I were going back and forth on this because I've dieted before. So recently, I would eat like 2 meals a day because I was busy with school and busy with work.
Yeah.
But it'd be like, let me Uber something or go out and get some fast food, and it'd be like a big meal because I knew I didn't have time to eat anything else.
It would typically be like what, like a burger?
Yeah, like something from
what have you?
McDonald's, something like from Jersey Mike's.
Something unhealthy.
Yeah, not the healthiest of foods.
Yeah.
So like, I just gotta stop doing that. And one, it saved me a bunch of money not having to Uber anymore or Uber Eats anymore. Two, I'm eating like chicken and like rice again, just frozen chicken, heat it up on a pan, add some rice, add some greens, eating salads, and for the time being, no alcohol.
Wow.
I did get trashed on Saturday, and that's also partially the reason.
What do you partially the reason for
stopping
what?
not drinking alcohol?
Oh, well, that'll come back.
Yeah, well, because I found out on Saturday what my weight was, and I wasn't happy. And then I was kind of celebrating my birthday, so I got hammered. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I don't want to drink for a while because I was throwing up that night.
Oh, well, that's the ultimate weight loss.
Just net zero.
Just bulimia. Yeah.
Bros.
You should also try getting your appendix inflamed.
Yeah?
Yeah. I lost a lot of weight. And I didn't have very much weight to lose.
No, you did not. So
I wish I knew what I would have weighed then.
Saturday, we went out to this restaurant. Me, Viv, Mickey, Rachel, and then David. Shout out David. He might be on SpaceShow soon.
David.
He was asking to come on.
Oh, really? Does he listen?
I don't know if he listens, but he has to come on. Which I respect. That's a flex.
What the hell?
Yeah,
I kind of do respect that.
I had just gotten food with my dad and Viv. And I'm like, all right, let's go out and go get like drinks with Nick. And he said, I'll buy you some drinks. Okay, cool. The waitress is someone they knew in high school. So I started my night with a Long Island. And this is all over the course of like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was not a long night for me. So, then I got a Blue Moon.
Over fast.
And then we got...
Wait. No way. You started off with a Long Island, and then you immediately followed up with a Blue Moon.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Isn't it liquor before beer? You're in the clear?
I just don't mix as a rule. I try not to.
I wanted to start off with something strong because I wanted to get drunk. So I'm like, Long Island. And then David said, yeah, make that 2. So I knew it was a good choice. And then I wanted something a little lighter, so I went for beer. And then we got lemon drops. But instead of bringing it in shot glasses, they brought it in like whiskey glasses because the waitress is like, I know you guys. I'm going to take care of you. So she's bringing like doubles. Yeah.
Dude.
So we had 3 of those. A Rumplemintz, whatever that is. A Screwball, which is just like a peanut butter shot.
Yeah. I've had a Screwball, like, it's just peanut butter whiskey, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I've sipped it.
And then I had
like as a fancy
2
drink.
more Blue Moons, all within the course of 2 hours.
Yeah,
I couldn't drive.
No wonder you threw up.
Yeah, it was.
You kept you tried to tell me like you followed the little riddle, the rhyme, beer before liquor or whatever it is, and fucking you didn't tell me you switched liquor beer. Like that doesn't matter what initial order you do it in.
Well, I wanted different.
That
drinks.
is gonna kill you.
So I was
But I wanted a different taste in my mouth.
plastered because I also wasn't eating there because I just had food. But we were there for 2 hours and like, I'm good. I don't want to eat anything. Viv drives my car home, takes me inside. I'm like, all right, have a good time. So she leaves. I go to my basement. I'm like,
She left you like that?
well, she didn't know how drunk I was. I was really good at playing it off.
cool.
Like, yeah, no, we good. I could have driven. Word. And then I just go to my basement. I'm like, okay.
I could have driven.
I laid down, had the spins. I sit up, get my trash can, and just threw up for like 20 minutes.
Do you have something against throwing up in toilets?
Well, I didn't know if I could make it to the toilet is the issue. I didn't want to risk it and then have to clean up my own vomit. I clean it up enough at work. You don't bring the work home.
I've seen you. You don't bring that baggage home. I've seen you throw up sitting on a toilet into a garbage can more than I've seen you throw up into a toilet.
Well, I had to poop. Well, what else would I do?
You were puking out your butt and your mouth at the same time.
If anything,
Essentially.
that's big brain right there. That's like 1,000,000 IQ.
Why didn't you just open your legs a little bit?
You want me to aim down the middle?
I mean,
get it all over my
I've done
lap?
that. No, open your legs wider.
How far back are you sitting on the toilet?
Far enough so I can puke in between my
Or
legs.
you just get the trash can. And then you don't even have to clean it up later because it's your friends.
And then it can sit in your friend's apartment for months.
After he gets a haircut.
Because you forgot it was there and it was quarantine. Oh my god, that fucking trash can had months old vomit and hair in it.
I don't know why you decided to get a
Sat
haircut and
for
throw it into a vomity trash can.
Well, when you say it like that.
And then when I came back and you're
That
like,
was
you
my
guys got to
thinking.
clean it. Because I respect Ellie. I'll do what she says. I took it into your roommate's shower and cleaned it out.
And there it sat until we moved out. I was not cleaning that thing, and I would rather just sit around and fester than me clean it. That was crusted on there. Your stupid vomit. It was red.
I respect that. Yeah, what was I eating that was red that night?
Either Flamin' Hot Cheetos or the alcohol was red.
I think I was just
One of the
drinking beer
two.
that night. No, I think it was the alcohol that was red.
Oh yeah, because you got messed up.
Because
Was
that was
that?
when we were playing 2K.
Yup. And that's when, yeah, Ellie wanted me to mention on the show sometime how she beat you in 2K. I might have brought it up before, but I just want to bring it
Just
up
to
again.
make sure.
just to make sure you didn't forget about
Bringing
it.
it back to the basketball section of the podcast. So the Bulls won last night.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about basketball because now Eddie's actually been texting me about basketball and it's been very exciting.
You don't
Even though his takes are hot shit.
You don't play it off as exciting.
No, nothing you do excites me
You
anymore.
played off as very chill. The Bulls won tonight. All right. Oh.
Okay. But okay, you have to explain to me this bit because I can't tell what you're doing. Bulls did win last night,
Yeah.
right? But like last week or what? You like texted me wrong every single night.
Well, no, the Bulls have like a perfect season right now. They're going down to be like one of the best teams in the NBA history. Over the 96
Zach
Bulls.
Levine's really good. No, that's but hey, no, the actual Bulls news. Did you see they broke their franchise record for number of threes in a game?
Really?
Number of threes made. Yeah, and it was
You have headphones in right now?
I do.
Okay, I thought I heard an echo. I was about to say, if I have to edit me out again.
No, I felt bad about that, so I made sure to get it. But yeah, Zach and Kobe they made history as the first two players in Bulls history to make 8 threes each in a game.
Okay.
8+ threes, which is a lot.
Sounds like they needed two people
And then-
to compensate for Michael Jordan's one.
He was not a 3-point shooter.
Then what was he?
He made
Just
a couple
the greatest?
Clutch. Consistent.
All right.
consistently clutch.
But why does Yao Ming look like that?
Dude.
Just in general. Like, he's just an
No,
ogre.
like, what do you mean? You have to... I want you to tell me what you mean right now.
I saw, like...
Before I give you an answer.
I got, like, a YouTube recommendation, like, Yao Ming's best plays or whatever. Like, all right, I'll watch it. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just... He's just so big and moves so slow. It also took him, like, a year to make his first three-pointer.
4. He's 7'4". He was that way because of, like... I don't know, something in his genetics. Like,
Does
he
he
just
have
didn't
Marfan's?
stop growing. Or maybe... No. What?
I just learned about that.
No, 'cause
Marfan syndrome. It gives you arachnodactyly. Long limbs. Just took a test on it.
That's actually really cool
Yeah, thank you.
that you know about all that stuff now.
What up?
He's 7'6".
Jesus.
Damn. His shoe size is 18. And you know how much he weighs? Oh my god.
I'm gonna guess like 315.
310, yeah.
Ooh, look at me.
That's just like he doesn't look like it.
No,
because
like,
he's just so big.
It's just his body size, yeah.
He's proportionate. But yeah, dude, interesting story about Yao Ming. So, he was #1 draft pick, right?
Didn't
You know that?
Did not.
Yeah, #1. And when he got drafted, he got booed.
Really?
Yeah, America, because he was from China. He's like the first big Chinese player. That's why he kind of also was a big thing for the NBA, because he was the first big Asian player and set the way for a lot of them. He was like sitting and watching the draft in China with his parents, and they announced his name first. And the camera cuts to him and his parents. They're just sitting there like respectfully, and they're just getting booed.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's like the most heartbreaking thing ever. But
Like,
then
this
you
guy
look at Yao Ming's career. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, this guy is just trying his best to make it to the NBA. Like, he probably knew he was one of the higher picks, but he's just trying to enjoy the moment. Just gets booed.
And he didn't even crack a smile. Like, that's how like humble and like, you know, the culture is. And he's just sitting there getting booed, and they visibly look upset like after the response.
That's horrible.
But yeah, but then you look at Yao Ming's career, and he just took a dump on everyone. So it worked out in the end. He became literally one of the most dominant players to ever be.
Well, because like in the highlight reel, it's just he's always taking it to the net and not even like trying. He just kind of drops it in.
Yeah, he could dunk without jumping,
which is insane.
Like, that's ridiculous. Have you seen? I'm sure you've seen, because you watch a lot of compilations on YouTube. Have you seen the video of Boban Marjanovic? He's like that 7'5" dude on the Mavs. He is holding a basketball over Anthony Davis's head, and he can't reach it.
No.
That's how tall that dude is. Anthony Davis can't reach it, and Anthony Davis is like already 6'11".
It's pretty good.
It makes Anthony Davis look like a little kid.
Doesn't Yao
good.
Ming make Shaq look normal size? Isn't there a picture of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's, like, pictures of, like, Yao Ming and, like, Andre the Giant, and they look like normal-sized people.
Jesus.
Yao Ming.
I'm looking up Yao Ming and Shaq.
Yao Ming and Kevin Hart.
Oh, no. Wow, yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah, that picture of him and Shaq. He really does make Shaq look like a normal-sized person. It's incredible. But yeah, dude, interesting fact. In the 80s, if you were born, like, if you were just ended up being over 7 foot tall, you had an above 50% shot of making it in the NBA. Like, being a starter.
Really?
Because, yeah, just because the skill wasn't necessarily need to be there. You just needed the height for that time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have, like, you know, on the Bulls, they had, like, Bill Wennington, who just looks like some dad they brought in off the street.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, come play center for us. Grab these boards. He's like, all right, if only I'll do it if you give me a case of beer. That's what he looks like. Like the Olympics men's curling team.
Oh, yeah, the group of dads that got into trouble or whatever.
That just happened to get together and be good at curling. They were out for bar crawl. Something. But yeah, basketball. There's an Illini game on tonight. That's why I have to be free by 8 o'clock.
Are you guys, like, doing drums for it or something, or you just want to watch it?
No, we're not doing. We just want to watch it, dude. We're ranked 5th in the nation right now.
Yeah, how do you guys
That's what's up.
compare to Bulls?
We could probably beat the Bulls.
Yeah, okay, with Michael Jordan.
cap.
Come on.
Actually, I like our rookie, Pat Williams, a lot. I think he's very good, and I think I will start collecting his cards.
They make cards at a collegiate level.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Pat Williams on the Bulls.
Oh, I knew that.
The rookie?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, Chicago
No, you
Bulls.
didn't know. You don't know shit. You're a fake fan.
No, I know
You
all
didn't
the
know the
Bulls.
guy we drafted this year.
No, I love the
Fuck
Bulls.
you.
Yeah, we're on the same payroll. How couldn't
You're-
I know him? I see him clock in. As if the players have to go
No.
clock in at the fucking stamp thing.
Yeah, I see him
what's
at the
going on,
water
Pat?
cooler after a good practice. We hang out at the water cooler.
Yeah, you know, I asked him how his kids are. He asked me about how my podcast is going.
You really don't know anything about him?
No, I know everything. The Bulls, rookie,
What college you come from?
the university.
Of Central Florida.
Exactly, I told you.
Did you know he was like a big surprise that we took him. He was supposed to be drafted way lower,
Really?
but we took him 4th. Yeah, I think he's a really good pick. He's really really good.
Yeah, he's okay.
I watched some of the Bulls games.
He's no Kobe White.
Do you actually watch or? Actually, I think he's better than Kobe White.
I don't watch Bulls
But
games. I just keep
Kobe
up with
White's
the
a lot
sport.
better this season. You just give me BS every day. That's what
I
you
want
do.
you to know at
Watch basketball.
At like 10 or 11 at night, I'll just Google Chicago Bulls and see if there was a game and if they won.
No, you don't even see if they won because you just tell me they won. You just see if there was a game.
Sometimes I know they lost and I'll still text you they won.
It'd be like, Bulls are getting blown up by 30, but you're like, Bulls are on a hot streak right now. Bulls are looking real good.
Game's real close right now.
Yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, they do make cards at the collegiate level.
A nice roundabout
But
way.
not while they're in college. Yeah, to make it full circle. But not while they're in college.
What does that mean? Like once they're in the
So-
NBA, then they'll make a college card of them?
If you know, like, if there's a decent number of players that know for a fact that they'll get drafted, like, say, like, the first 40, 60 picks. Like, I don't know the actual number, but they're like, these guys know for sure they're going to get drafted, but they don't know where. So they make cards of them in their college uniforms before they get actually picked by a team. So that they have some product being made before the draft. And then once the draft happens, then that's when they start pumping all the actual license team logo on their actual cards.
Gotcha. Okay.
But because of that, when they release the actual logos, like their team logos and the cards, the college uniforms go way down. So that's actually where we are right now in the basketball season. They're just releasing all the new rookies on their teams for the first time. So all my college logo cards are going down.
Sell. You gotta sell to the moon.
I sell high, buy low.
Sell
Oh wait,
high,
I mean I
buy
got that
low.
reversed.
No, that's it. Yeah, you buy low
That's
and you
correct.
sell high.
Yes, that is. Fuck. I messed up. Speaking of investing, hey, so let me talk to you a little bit about what do you know about Bitcoin? What do you know about hashtag to the moon?
A bunch of people on Reddit said, let's drive up this stock and ruin a bunch of billionaires' money.
That's the other thing. But I'm talking about cryptocurrency,
It's
the future.
It's money you can't see.
All money is money you can't see because it's not backed by
I
anything.
can hold a dollar. I can
Moving
hold
on.
a dollar.
You can't. Oh, okay, how much money is on a credit card?
We're talking about dollars.
Okay, but you can pay for things with a credit card,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
But there's no. It's not. You can't hold the money in
Or I
it.
can pay with it with cash.
You don't walk around with that much cash ever.
I don't walk around with any cash. Don't rob me.
Eddie walks around with actually like a fat wallet. So if you see him,
No,
rob
no,
him.
I'm fat with a wallet.
Oh, it's just you. That's not your
Yeah,
wallet.
it's just the part of me that spills out of my pants.
the muffin top,
Tough and mop.
just tucked into your pocket. But yeah, so if I were you and anyone listening, I would invest any available money you have that you can, like start throwing it into cryptocurrency, and like you'll make money
Speaking of investments,
because it's the future. No,
I was gonna say we might be getting some upgrades to the space show.
yeah. So after you're done getting all that stuff, throw the leftover money into Bitcoin. Dude, I made $40 on Dogecoin, like when that was blowing up.
How much did you invest, and then how much did you sell?
Well, I was kind of dumb with how I did it. I could have made a lot more money if I was just smarter, but because I bought at a good price initially, and when it was hanging around 2 cents, I bought $20, and then I was like, it'll keep going up, so I bought another $20 of it when it was like around 3 cents, and then like more, I bought more when it was like at 5 cents, because it was just like gonna keep going up, right? So and I bought more right before it dropped, like right when it hit its peak. It was like 7 cents, 0.78 cents, and yeah, I like that is where I lost the money. Had I not bought during like at the peak, I probably would have made a lot more money. But I invested probably like $60 total, $80 total. I can't remember, but yeah, I got $40 return. And there was like a few days in there during the initial like peak boom. My like return was over like 200%, 300%.
And look at you now, just
Yeah.
with Bitcoin.
Yeah, look at me now with $40 more than I had before. But yeah, so there's a lot. Dogecoin was like a joke because like, you know, Doge, it's a meme. But you can make real money off it, and like there's also like more legitimate coins that their prices are gonna go up, like, and they're cheap. They're like penny stocks. You can buy a couple thousand of them for $30. That's what Bitcoin was. You know, when it was made 2010 through 2013, before it even reached a cent, it was just nothing, and people laughed at it. But now it hit $50,000 today, a Bitcoin.
That's
My $600 that I invested into Bitcoin and Litecoin freshman year, if I didn't pull it out when Bitcoin jumped up initially to 30K, it would be worth like $3,500 right now on a $600 investment. Yeah. So that's why people like have become millionaires off this stuff. It's because back when Bitcoin was, you know, a few cents, they bought a couple thousand of it. Now look at it. They became millionaires when it was only, you know, breaking $1,000 per coin. Now it's pushing $50,000 per coin, and it'll keep going up. Because you hear like, you know, people like Elon Musk, say what you will about him, he is the future. You know, he's the one who pushes the envelope, and he's the one who's progressing society in ways that we really haven't seen before, you know, with his boring company, his cars,
car
you
to
know.
space.
Yeah, now all the car companies are going to be sending their cars into space. But he's the one who's pushing the envelope, and he says like Bitcoin is the future, and he himself is personally invested heavily into cryptocurrency. And I don't know if you saw, like last week, Tesla, the company, bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and plans to accept it as currency, like to pay for Teslas and things.
That is really smart.
So that there are more and more companies catching on every single day because Tesla did that. Can you imagine what'll happen when Amazon does that, or when Google does that? How much the price is going to go up then? Because wow, that's just so much more concrete, you know, behind it. So that's why you need to throw your money at it now before it gets really, really expensive, and before it
Everyone
peaks,
needs to take out their life savings right now
and
just throw it at Bitcoin.
I mean, most of my money is invested, because like I'm not spending money. What money? I don't need money in my bank account.
Damn, guy's flexing. Guy doesn't need money.
Like I do need some money, you know, to pay for things, but most of the money I owned, like my net worth, I guess you'd say, is wrapped up in investments. And my parents, who are really, really good with money, I guess they're the same way too, but they're more into stocks. And yeah, there's just no need to have your money sitting in the bank where it's not going to be doing anything, you know? It's basically like putting it under your mattress. When you have your money in a bank, do you know that your money is just not sitting there? Do you know that your money is being used by the bank? How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
up until about a year and a half ago, I kept my money in my room.
Yeah.
Every dollar I earned, it was just in my room, and then someone convinced me to finally open up a bank account like, you know, an adult.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Well, yeah, banks, like, they make money. They don't just hold on to your money. How do you make money by just holding on to people's money? Not just through loans.
Okay.
They're doing things with money that is sitting in your bank account, and like that number that you see in your like banking app, that's technically a loan from the bank. And
I'm about to pull my money out of the bank right now.
every time you pay for something, they have to quick make that money back and pay the whoever you gave the money to. That's what happens every time a transaction occurs. Like, they have to move the money around. That's why Bitcoin, you know, it's yours. You can set up your own wallet and send it to people, use it transaction, like there's like QR codes that you like use to connect to people's wallets and things. And yeah, I'm firmly invested in that belief that Bitcoin is the way, because one, our banking system is corrupt. Two, paper money has been outdated for a long time. Ever since it stopped being backed by gold, it's essentially worthless, and it's basically, we're lucky that it has stayed as stable as it has been, like price of the actual dollar, because we've seen countries where they for one reason or another, they flip out and they just like they'll start printing a ton of money. Like Germany went through this halfway through the 20th century, and there's pictures in history books of kids building like houses out of, you know, stacks and stacks of money, because that's how worthless it is, and that's how much there is. And eventually, like, we've seen a lot of hyperinflation with the American dollar. From, like, you know, what did things cost 50 years ago? Nothing. Like, college was like $4,000 and a goat 20 years ago. Like, yeah. So we need to be, I think we need to be more progressive in that sense. Like, the jump is going to be needed to be made sooner rather than later, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Bitcoin is the future. Like, I saw on my campus, like, inside the chemistry buildings, like, there's smart people walking around there, and on the inside of the elevators, like, it was scratched, like, by Bitcoin. It was only, like, it was $6,000 then. Can you imagine, like, if you bought a single Bitcoin, you'd have $50,000 in your pocket right now on a $6,000 investment.
That's ridiculous.
It's a lot of return.
Yeah, it's an alright amount of return.
Dude, speaking of return, this is actually really cool. Changing topic slightly. I bought this basketball card on this website that you can, like, just buy and sell cards virtually. Like, they're all held in this warehouse, so you can just buy and sell immediately. I bought it for $2 back in November. I just sold it for $25. It's like over 1,000% return. And I sent that. I like sent it to the website. Like, I sent them a screenshot of that transaction, and they posted me on their Instagram.
Oh yeah.
They're like, look at this transaction. Look at this return on investment.
Look at this guy. Look what he's doing.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. That was my ROI, return on investment.
Oh, acronyms. I see you.
Two for $2. Flip it to 25.
Body.
What does the B stand for? Yeah, that's my financial talk of the day. Damn.
I think on that note, we've been going for an hour. Should we end the show?
Buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah, let's fucking end it right here. I'm done with this.
End it. Invest in Bitcoin. No more SpaceShow.
We're selling all the equipment to invest in Bitcoin.
Sounds good to me. All right.
All right.
Plugs. Subscribe.
Bitcoin.
A lot of the listeners aren't subscribed. Fun fact, 70% of people that listen are not subscribed to the YouTube channel. And it's as simple as just hitting a button.
Yeah, we're not invasive. We're not going to send you emails or spam.
I don't even know how to
We're
send
just
an
gonna-
email.
We're just going to upload, sometimes, maybe hopefully regularly, but if not, sometimes we'll
Usually
upload
weekly,
sometimes.
sometimes bi-weekly, sometimes monthly. We don't know. Depends.
We ain't trying to bother you.
So follow us on Instagram.
Do we still have that listener in South Africa?
I don't know if they're still here.
We need to check
what
up on him.
And yeah, follow our socials. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't got much else.
Yeah, follow me at Eddie Falco.
Sounds good. I'll follow you.
All right, buy Bitcoin.
Bye.
Bye.